this thing is fucking crazy. Like, I was not expecting that at all, you know? Another day. So, where I left off with this last video, I was setting up the fuel system. Let me wait for that. So, where I left off with the last one, we were setting up the fuel system, and I didn't get some of the parts in the video, but from what I'm seeing, I have the return and the fuel line, the feed backwards, right? And it's a really common issue that people go through whenever they're installing these, because on like certain filters, right, the same exact filter but like certain style ones or whatever, they're backwards, right? Because there's like one that's in the center of the filter, and then there's one offset, and then usually the one in the center will be like the feed, and then the offset one will be the return. Well, for this instance, it's backwards, so I got to go back under there and switch those lines, and we should have fuel coming up here. Also, really close to finishing up all the wiring right now. As you can see, I got a lot of this stuff set up. It's not super clean right now, but I just want to hear this thing fire up. Yeah, so honestly, you see, you know, here's the rest of the wiring and stuff. Probably gonna be starting this thing up like, I want to say almost today or tomorrow. Once I get this fuel system set up and I get the rest of this wiring in, it'll be good. Also, I learned yesterday that my heater core is leaking. So I do have another one. I've had another one for the last probably like a couple years that I just never put on because I've been too lazy and had bigger fish to fry. So yeah, I'll probably try to put that on today. I've heard there's a way you can get around not taking off the fender and the inner fender and everything to get back there, so I'm gonna try it, and I'll probably show y'all how I did that. All right, so where we messed up at, right here and the other side, right, there's two of them right here. Seems like we got them backwards. Should be no big deal. Only thing I really have to do, it's leaking just a hair right here. Alright, so I switched them around, so now it's time to see if it actually works. Go ahead and turn it. Alright, you can stop. Yep, so now the fuel pump is working properly. It's working way better, sounds way smoother than it was earlier. So honestly, right now I'm gonna leave the wiring how it is. I'm not probably about to drill the hole right now into the firewall and put the ECU back there. I'm about to just hook up the rest of the wiring and see if this stuff runs. I honestly don't have that much wiring to go left on this thing. I got a lot of the stuff in for the most part. I think I gotta put in like the O2 sensor right now, and you know, like a couple of other things like this connected to the head, and then hook up the ECU, but after that everything should be good. All right, it's been a very long day. I've been working on this thing since like, I think 10 or 11 this morning, and look at that, 7 o'clock. Fuel pump's working fine. I'm just doing a lot of wiring right now, trying not to have it look so bad. I know eventually I'm gonna have to just go through this whole thing and just rewire it, but for now it should be okay. So as you can see, I have like the main part of wiring harness. I made this big 2-inch hole, put it through there. Also put all the trans line stuff, or like the trans wiring, up in there as well. And I have the battery cable stuff coming out of this hole. That hole was already there for I don't remember what that hole was there for, but that's what that hole is used. And I pretty much have it routed like this, trying to clean it up a little bit. I know once it's running, probably gonna take all the wiring back apart and clean it up perfect, but I just want to see this thing running for now. A lot of stuff has been going on. If you can see right here, I mean, it's not the best, but I'm gonna clean that up once, you know, it's running. So I pretty much got all the wires hooked up, and I'm messing with the little touch screen right now. So within probably the next 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes or so, this thing is gonna be firing up. Like, words cannot explain how excited I am to see this thing, man. Like, I've worked my ass off for this, and it's finally happening. Damn. Crazy. Like, I was not expecting that at all, you know? Dude, that thing is fucking rowdy, bro. Like, I can't
You're
believe.
finally starting to melt through your fucking lead.
All right, so now that this thing is running, man, where's my marker? I think it fell. Probably vibrated off the damn wall. So shit was falling off the wall. Like, I cranked it up in here because, like, no reason at all. The garage was fully open, but yeah, it was knocking shit off the wall. It knocked my battery down from up here on my boiler. This thing ain't light. It's not light at all. Dude, it knocked my damn marker down. All right, so now that this is all, now that the thing is running, right? Plugs and wires, I'm gonna cross that off anyway. I'm gonna change them, but I'm gonna cross them off. Boom. Cold air intake, that's not done. ECU and wire harness is done. Out the way, get that out of here. Oil pressure gauge, done. It's pushing 40 PSI, it's good. Fuel injectors, done. That's good too. I mean, you see it's running. EFI conversion, I already did my fuel pump and stuff, that is done. Whew. ECU and wire harness on this side, done. I'm gonna keep the shift kit on here just because I ain't hooked up the little top end part, you know, where the little gauge or the little fucking speedo thing is, but I ain't worried about that. The whole thing is in. All right. Next, shorten up the drive shaft, finish up the throttle cable, hook up the exhaust, accessory drive, and that's it, you know. It's coming along real quick. What's today's date?
April 14th.
You said 14th?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's on the agenda today? All right. Step one, clean up the wiring and also make a bracket to hold this ECU. All right. Hold on 1 second. if you look in here right now, there's literally just wires everywhere. So I gotta clean all that stuff up down there, clean all these wires up. And so, hold on. So my idea of where I want to put this ECU, I want to be able to see these lights, right? So what I'm probably going to end up doing, setting it like right there, where it's not like crazy in the way, it's not going to get bumped, you know, nothing crazy like that, but I'll still be able to see it. I honestly think it's going to look really nice right there. It's like, it's not like in the way, you know, or maybe right here too, you know. Either way, it's not gonna be like crazy in a way, like, you know, a nuisance. It's gonna be protected whenever I make that bracket. And so another thing I want to do, right on top of that, I got some heat wrap for my headers. I got some boot covers for my spark plug wires, and also I got some little aluminum like heat wrap for my starter wires and stuff that I need to do. So I'm gonna get all that done right now. I know I didn't get too much of a video of when the car first started. It was because honestly I did not expect the car to start, and yeah, so I started it up by accident pretty much. I was missing a wire on like everything, so I hooked up the wire, didn't expect it to just fire right up, but I mean no hesitation at all, this thing just came to life. So pretty happy about that. One thing I'm running into right now is running really rich and like it's idling kind of low. So I'm trying to figure that out now, but I can't keep the car running long enough because I don't have a radiator or anything. So it's just kind of hard to diagnose right now. I'm waiting on my cooling system to come through the mail, order the radiator and everything. So yeah, all of that should be coming very soon, but for the most part, yeah, I'm about to just be doing a lot of cleaning up right now. Alright, so this is the finished product of this side. Still got to do the other side. The back part don't look as good, but like I said, it'll work. So not too worried about that. And I just got these on here to hold it down right now, but I'm probably gonna end up getting some metal zip ties to keep that on. Yeah, in my opinion, it looks pretty good. Looks really good, especially even on camera. Alright, so right now at the moment I just finished mounting the ECU. As you can see, I gotta clean up some of this wiring in here, gotta clean up that. Once I get all this in and like pretty much cleared up, I can install the gas pedal how I would like. I don't know if you can see the gas pedal right here. Right now there's just a lot of wires and stuff in the way, so I'd rather clean that up before I install the gas pedal in. But I think this is a nice spot for the ECU. I can still see all the lights that's going to be right here in order. It doesn't bother the glove box at all, and once I get the cardboard piece in the glove box, it's not going to bother that at all either. So yeah, I think that's a good spot. I just want to see the lights on the ECU, make sure everything is going good, going smooth, and yeah, just start cleaning up some of this wiring now. Okay, so what I did right here, I made my own bracket and installed the ECU this way. Still give my passengers plenty of leg room. I'm not too worried about all that. I have the seat scooted up as far as it can go so I can, you know, mess around with the shifter and whenever I install the gas pedal. But yeah, for the most part, it's installed pretty much perfect, exactly how I wanted. Alright, so here it is so far. Pretty much got a lot of that cleaned up. As you can see in here, it's a lot of stuff zip tied up. I just have a lot of excess wire, so I have it, if you can see, it's like a lot of stuff wrapped up and zip tied. I didn't want to cut anything right now because I know some of these wires you can't cut like shorter or anything like that. So I just zip tied up everything. It looks worse on camera, I'm looking at it, but honestly it's really not that bad. It's pretty much just standard, you know, if you don't want to cut wires, just loop it around and just zip tie it. I didn't want a lot of this stuff hanging down. These are just, you know, wires for that charger, and this green wire is also for my fuel pump relay. I'm gonna use that later, so I just left it hanging. These are also some other little loose wires that came from the stock harness that I'm gonna figure out and route later. But as you can see, like, pretty much, I mean, everything is routed how I would like. There's just a lot of excess wires, man. Like, I wish I could shorten this stuff up right now, but for now, I mean, it's all right. You know, you see, like, I have it all looped around right here a couple of times. It's kind of harder to loop this thicker loom around, so that was that's why it's looking so janky right now. But if I turn on the key, right, everything works how it's supposed to, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, for now these wires are just gonna stay like this, but I mean, eventually I'm gonna fix all that up. I just didn't want it all hanging down right now. And also the screen works as well, right? So yeah, I didn't want to like crease any these wires, like crimp any of them or anything, so that's why they're looped like really loosely. And yeah, it's just functionality, I guess. You know, I didn't want to damage any of those wires or nothing like that, so I mean, it gotta look like this for now until I clean it up. All right, as you can see, gas pedal's in. All right, I used I think an inch spacer, if I remember right, about an inch spacer, and up here I cut it and welded it to the side, welded the little arm piece at the top, put it to the side so I can put my little low car drive-by cable thing in, and it looks fine. Only problem I ran into is routing this cable right here. It's like an inch too short, and that's all. So I'm gonna have to go and get another one, probably buy the whole kit and just to use this piece, because like when it's at full throttle or whatever, the pedal don't go all the way down if it's attached, and I don't like that. I want to be able to stomp this thing pedal to the middle. So yeah, I just need like an inch more. But yeah, this thing is completely routed. It's routed really nice. It's not hitting the brake pedal, it's not hitting anything. Yeah, it's coming along pretty nice, honestly. But now that y'all see that this thing is running, probably be the end of this video. Everything's going smooth. I gotta finish up the rest of it. Gotta get some metal zip ties for that heat wrap. And I didn't know that you have to wet it before, but honestly, it'll be all right. So yeah, until next time, I'll catch y'all on the next one, and hopefully this thing will be driving on the next video.